What's up, my peoples? It's your boy E here, and it's 2022 now, y'all. You feel me? Happy New Year's again. I just wanted to spit a few things out there to y'all real quick. Now, as we go into this new year, y'all, let's not be pessimistic about things this year. Let's try not to be pessimistic about things. Instead, let's go into the mind frame of being optimistic. Because as you know, we've been through a lot, and as we went through a lot, it was no question why we would be in that mindset, with all the things happening, people going against us, people stalking us, looking at us crazy and shit, motherfuckers trying to distort your energy in some sort of way. All these things cause in your mind is for you to feel like nothing's gonna go right, everything's gonna go wrong, but if that's how you were feeling throughout this time, man, let's try to start a new mindset. And see, I'm not only saying that because it's this year, because I'm just telling you because from experience, my own self, it's the reason why I'm able to even tell you this, because it's when I was going through this, and there were times there was a point in time where I just felt like nothing was gonna go right for me. There was nothing that I thought would go in my favor. I didn't think a lot of things were just gonna happen for me. I didn't think that doors were gonna open at some point. But then it took me to really believe that God was gonna really make something happen for me. Not to say that He was just gonna throw something in my lap, but just to say that He was gonna find a way for me to find a way. And I had to go along life thinking like that, because for some reason I just did not want to feel like it just wasn't something I wanted to do. I didn't want to just go about life thinking like, oh, ain't shit good gonna ever happen for me. I'm not gonna ever be able to get nowhere. I'm just gonna be stuck and stagnated in a spot for so long, and I don't know when it's gonna ever happen and when I'm ever gonna come up out of it. I just refuse to live like that. Because it's just being in that mindset don't do nothing but cause you stress. It doesn't do anything for you. It doesn't help you. So I don't know. Maybe it was God in a way, saying, while I was believing that He would make something happen, in a way He put in me a feeling of, feeling like things would get better, because I was believing in Him so much. I was feeling like things were going to get better because I believe in God, and because I believe in God, I believe He's going to make a way, and He's going to find a way for me to do things, for me to be happy, for me to, be successful, achieve goals, accomplish things that I need to have accomplished in order for me to move forward in my life, And I just had to keep that mindset, because for one, it's like, how am I going to feel going about my everyday life, just feeling like, things ain't going to be good. Something bad is always going to happen. Oh, this is just going to fuck up. I just know it, all the time I'm thinking like that, being so pessimistic about everything, right? And it just comes to a point to where you realize, what does that get me? Even if things are going to go wrong, is me really feeling like it's always going to go wrong helping? Is that really helping me? Is that really helping my mental space? Does that really make me feel better about the situations that are going on? And then you have to come to understanding that, you put whatever energy you put out there is the energy you're receiving, so if you're always in a mindset of thinking, okay, something's gonna go wrong, chances are that energy is gonna come right back, and things might just go wrong. And it might not just be things going on around you. It might just be because you're thinking it so bad, you're giving that energy out, that things just happen to go wrong. You know, you might want to go. You might want to go pick up. You might want to go rent a car somewhere, or you might want to go rent somebody's Airbnb. I don't know. You might just want to go buy something. I don't know. But because of the energy that you because of the energy that you're giving off to a person, they might not feel comfortable want to do anything for you because of that energy that you're giving off. You know, because energy, people can feel energy, man, and it just, you can see it in a person when they're giving off a bad energy. So like it'll be a lot of things that you want to do, and it might not happen because of the energy that you're giving off, because a person might not trust you enough to loan you this. Person might not feel like you are someone who would actually be good to stay in my place, because of who you are, just because of how you your energy is being portrayed. You know what I'm saying? Just by how you act, how you talk, and your energy makes you act a certain way when you feeling a certain way. Your energy makes you talk a certain way when you're feeling a certain way. It just, your energy controls a lot of things within you, and so it's like, however you feel is, unless some people know how to pull themselves together and not let that energy, and not let how they feel get the best of them, or take over or control how they perceive, or let people see them. But a lot of times, man, when it's the energy that you're holding and that you're always giving off to the universe, that shit comes around, man. And a lot of times that be the reason why bad things are happening, because you always thinking something bad's gonna happen. So I'm just saying, like, this year it'd be best to look at things from more of an optimistic standpoint, rather than just trying to be so pessimistic. And I'm just gonna tell y'all this, man, because this is just the things that happen in my life, which is the reason why I can say this. Because, like I say, I go by a lot of experiences. I teach from whatever I'm telling you. It's really because of what I've experienced myself. So I'll just say it like this: there was a time, where I was thinking like that. I was always so pessimistic, and I was always just thinking the worst is going to happen, and there's always something bad going to happen, right? But it wasn't, like I said, it wasn't until I started believing that God was going to bring me out of this. I had to get out of that mindset and start believing that God was going to help me in some sort of way to get me to where and to help me get myself to where I need to be. And so as I was believing that God was going to help me, I started believing that things were just going to be better, because I knew God was going to help me. So because I had more of an optimistic feeling, things started to get better. And I'm gonna tell you how. All right, just because we all go through this gang stalking shit. We all had the bullshit where people looking at us and doing all this shit and trying to do anything to distort our energy. Whether it's a trigger, some sort of trigger that they're doing, that whether it's something that they're using to try to trigger your mind into feeling some sort of way. Whatever they're doing. But as I started to believe things were going to get better, right, in the midst of all of this shit that's going on, right, at a point in time, it became like things were getting better even when it was happening, right? Like, because I was feeling like that, because I had the feeling that things were going to get better, because I knew God was going to make it better, it was just getting better, even in the midst of the shit happening, even in the midst of the things that had me feeling like things wouldn't go get better. Because I was feeling like it would get better, it was. And so after a while, I was feeling like it was going to get better, and the shit that they were doing wasn't really affecting me too bad. It wasn't really, causing me to feel certain ways like it used to. It wasn't like bringing about just a major, just shift in my energy. It wasn't really bringing my energy and turning my energy into from something good into something bad. It become less and less of that happening when the shit happened, right? So in a way, when you look at it, as I was believing things were gonna get better, things were getting better in the midst of that shit. And so, on top of that, while the shit was happening, I was believing things were gonna get better, and I started accomplishing things in the midst of the shit. So not only was not the shit not affecting me as much, I was accomplishing shit. I was you know, becoming more abundant, as far as like getting money and stuff, all in the midst of it. So while I was going through the shit and it's not affecting me as much now, I'm starting to accomplish it now. I'm making more money now. I'm starting to, and just different things started to happen. So it's like the shit that was going on started to become more irrelevant and more irrelevant because it didn't really affect me like that. And so as I'm going through if I'm going through my life and believing things are going to get better, it's just getting better. You know what I'm saying? So you can say, oh, well, the shit ain't stopped yet. But does the shit have to stop for things to be better? Does it really have to stop for things to be better? Because I'll tell you what, it still happens, and it still happens to this day, but things are still better, even though it's happening, and things are going to continue to get better, because you got to think about it like this. If I continue to reach my goals, accomplish things that I need to accomplish, feel better in the midst of all this shit, and do it while this shit is happening, guess how much better I feel when I accomplish shit, knowing that I did it in the midst of this shit, and knowing that this shit don't fuck with me like that no more. Knowing that, it's just all that shit together starts to just add up and just make some big ass ball of success in your story, So, like I say, it's more about being optimistic, thinking and feeling like there's something better ahead, something's gonna happen for you, just because God. And for one, I would suggest you put your faith in God for that to be much more of a standpoint, so it can actually be something you can stand on better. Because I'm not gonna lie, when I look towards God, I was always able to stand better on knowing things were gonna get better. I was always able to really feel optimistic about things because I knew God was on my side, because I always looked towards Him to make things better for me, to help me become better, to help me handle these things, be stronger in the midst of whatever was going on with me. And so that's the reason why I say this is a new year, y'all. This is a new beginning. This is another year that we starting off on. And I'm just saying, let's start it with an optimistic mindset rather than a pessimistic one. It's easy to be pessimistic about everything, and I think we conditioned ourselves to be that way because of all the shit that we've been through. But as you go through the shit and you realize that shit can't fuck with you, and you believe God has got you and He is really gonna help you get through this shit, and once you start to see the things that happen and how you progress and get better with handling the shit and still accomplish things, still become abundant while the shit is going on, then you see what that optimistic feeling really feels like, because you really feel like, damn, I was thinking it was gonna be better, and look what happened. It's better, and it's a lot better, and that's just how it is, man. And so I'm just shooting that message because I feel like a lot of us need it, and whoever needs to hear it will hear it, and I'm pretty sure it can help you. You know what I'm saying? Optimism is much better than being pessimistic to me. It helps your mind. It gives you more hope, and just it gives you all around happiness. You know what I'm saying? Because you feel like something's good gonna come, and so you happy that you know it's gonna come because you feel like it's coming. And then that relieves the stress that you already had from being so pessimistic. So I'm just shooting it at y'all because I love y'all my peoples, man, and I just want to shoot something that could help, and hopefully and hopefully it does. Y'all know I get tongue twisted sometimes, man, and that's just your boy right now. But hopefully I grow up out of that as well. But for now, just deal with it. Work with your boy. I'm still shooting something at you, and that's enough for me. All right. So I'll holler at y'all another time. All praises to the Father, man. And I'll holler at y'all again. All right. Peace.